Good morning, students. Today you have your first revision test of English. So today we are going to do revision. We are going to revise literature chapters. Okay. So I'm going to make you revise first poem from your literature book, I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud. In this, I will be discussing all the poetic devices with you. And for your first revision test, you revise all the word meanings and question answers thoroughly from all the chapters of PT3. Okay? Because this is a part of your syllabus of today's test. So let's revise all the literature chapters. I'll be taking gist of all the literature chapters. Okay? So I wandered lonely as a cloud. I wandered lonely as a cloud. In this line, which poetic device is used? Why it is simile? Because comparison is made by using word as. So simile poetic device is used. After that, beside the lake, beneath the trees, B and B has been repeated. When B and B has been repeated, which poetic device is there? Yes, it is alliteration, because B and B has been repeated. Okay, we have done this poem so many times, but now I'm going to take only the main gist of the poem, main points. Clear? So all of you actually participate in the class. After that, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Why it is personification? Because it has attributes of human character. So that's why fluttering and breezing in the sea, daffodils cannot flutter, they cannot move, they cannot dance. Okay, but here they have been personified as a human object. So that's why which poetic device is used? Personification. So you should know these devices of the poem. Tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Again, because tossing their heads. Who are tossing their heads? Daffodils. Okay, so it is personification. Continuous as the stars that shine. So here as word is used to make comparison between daffodils and stars. So which poetic device will be this? It will be simile. Clear? So afterwards, they flash upon that inward eye. They flash upon that inward eye. Which poetic device is used? Metaphor. Why it is metaphor? Why it is metaphor? When I explained that poem, I told you. Why it is metaphor? They flash upon that inward eye. And in this paragraph, there is another poetic device I have told you about, imagery. I have told you about this thing. See, when you go through this poem, so this imagery makes the reader visualize. You are a reader of this poem. So when you go through this poem, you visualize the writer's feelings and emotions. That's why imagery is used. Clear? Now answer me. Shift there. Now tell me the answers of MCQs. In the first stanza, the poet is shouting, singing loudly, wandering aimlessly. Wandering aimlessly. The poet compares the daffodils to the stars because they are numerous in numbers. All of you participate. The daffodils stretched in never-ending line. Where? along the margin of a bay. And the breeze that makes the flowers dance is a symbol of what? Poet's happiness. And I wandered lonely as the cloud is, it is an example of simile. Now I'm going to tell you the main gist of the question answer. When and where did the poet see the daffodil? Where did he see? Under tree, along the margin of a bay. Yes, and they were fluttering and dancing. They were tossing their heads, and he saw that host of golden daffodils beside the lake. So along the margin of a bay and beside the lake, that point should be added in your first answer. Why does the poet compare the daffodils to the stars? Because both have same attributes. Both are countless, both are numerous in number, both have same attributes, like they are stretched in never ending line. Okay, so that's why both have same attributes, traits and qualities. So that's why daffodils are being compared to stars. Now we have next question. What effect do the daffodils have on the speaker? This question, and in your own word describe the poet's feelings when he sees the host of golden daffodils. And why does the poet consider solitude to be blissful? So I'm going to take the gist of all these three questions. See, when the poet looks at those daffodils, so he was so mesmerized to see the beauty of those daffodils, and he was thinking that this beauty is permanent or it is temporary. But after that he realizes that this beauty is permanent. Why so? Because he looks at all those daffodils, near about 10,000 daffodils at a glance he is able to see. But when he goes from that scene and he comes back to his home and he is sitting on his couch, he is in pensive mood, he is very much sad, he is in the state of solitude, thinking deeply. He is in solitude means he is sitting lonely. So what comes in his mind? What is that scene which comes in his mind? The scene of those daffodils. So whenever he thinks about those daffodils, so he again feels so happy, he feels blissful, he feels fortunate, so lucky. Okay, and his mind becomes so fresh, he becomes cheerful, rejuvenate, again he became fresh. Okay, so those memories were bringing happiness to his mind. So that's why he thinks that he is feeling blissful, and these memories are permanent, that are flashing upon in his mind. So you will pick up all these words, you will put good vocabulary words, you will add up all those lines in your third, fourth and fifth answer. So in this way I have taken the gist of this poem. It is clear. Now let's move to next chapter. That is the new blue dress. It is also going to be asked in your paper today, in your test today. Tell me, the new blue dress. See, the main gist of the new blue dress is, where there is one query. See, the new blue dress. I'm going to share gist. Gist is that there is one poor girl sitting in classroom. She is very much inquisitive to learn everything. She is very much keen, eager. She is a very dedicated learner. So teacher notices that that girl doesn't look so, you can say, good in a presentable manner, because she is completely in a clumsy manner gets ready. She looks so shabby. She is not tidy at all. Why? The reason is that she was poor also. She was living in a slum area. Parents were not taking care of her. Moreover, their plight, their condition was not like that. They couldn't afford all those things. But the teacher noticed positive traits in the personality of a girl. What were the positive traits? That the girl was always inquisitive learner. She was attentive learner. She was always attending the classes carefully. She was paying heed. She was paying attention towards the teacher, whatever she says. So the teacher makes up her mind to do something for that girl. So what does the teacher do? She purchases a very pretty, very beautiful blue dress, and she hands over, she gives that gift as that gift to that girl. Okay. So when girls reaches home and she shows that dress and she gets ready in that dress, So mother was completely, you can say, full of enthusiasm to see that girl. She was overexcited to see her girl looking so beautiful, looking so pretty, looking so tidy. So after that, mother makes up her mind that if her daughter is looking so beautiful, so she should not take food in, you can say, messy kitchen, in untidy kitchen, in untidy place. So what does she do? She brings one tablecloth, she spread that neat tablecloth to make that kitchen clean, and after that she presented supper. What is supper? Dinner. She served that dinner in a very presentable way on a neat tablecloth. But for long ago, for so many years, they have never cleaned their kitchen. After that, she cleaned her kitchen also. So this really brought a drastic change in the personality of a mother. She was thinking that if her daughter is looking so beautiful, so why should she consume food in messy kitchen in an untidy place? So when father was looking at that scene, so father observed that scene for so long. He was looking at all the things so minutely. After that, he thought that I should also do something for that family, because if mother and daughter both are looking good, they are behaving in a nice manner, they are keeping the place tidy. So he made up his mind. What did he do? He repaired the fence of his house. Fence is a, you can say, outer place, border, outer edge of a house. So he started repairing that outer border, but it was not repaired for a long period of time. So after that, he took help of his family members like his wife, his daughter, and on the very next evening, he made a garden there at the outer place of the house. So the house from outer place, it was looking so tidy, so clean, because fence which was completely spoiled, which was completely broken, now the fence got repaired, and there was a beautiful garden outside. So when neighbors saw this scene, so neighbors also got impressed, they inspired, they got also encouragement. So they also started doing some changes in their houses and outer place of their house. And when there was a young minister who was on round, so he noticed something, and he came to know that there was no street light, no running water facility was there. People were living in a shabby area, clumsy area. So young minister also put efforts to clean that area, and he was so impressed to see the neighbors and that person's house. That outer place was looking so clean, but they don't have any facilities. So I should put some efforts to bring some facilities to those people. So what was the consequence of that? The consequence, the result of that, after some time, whole of the place got changed. It became tidy place, presentable, neat and clean place, and people's standard of living also got changed. And it happened only because of the effort of single person. Single person was teacher. Teacher did not think that if I'm going to represent gift, the whole of the colony will be changed. That was not her intention. Her intention was only to look that girl in a tidy way, beautiful way, in clean way. She wanted to see her student in a nice way. So she put only single effort, but it brought a tremendous change in whole of the society. So from this chapter, there are questions that why did things never get changed in Gates Avenue? Earlier, things were not changing. Reason was people were having low standard. They were not having facilities like running water, street light was not there. Yes, nobody took initiative. There was no encouragement. Yes, they were not able to fulfill their basic needs. So how could they think about improving their standard of living? And what do you think about the teacher's reaction to the girl that I have told you? Teacher reaction when she looked at that girl, what did she think in her mind? What did she plan after seeing that girl? What did she do for that girl? Okay. So the main question, the main important question, the teacher gesture not only brought a change, whatever I have told you, you can write down all the things the teacher brought. Teacher's gesture, here gesture means the way she, that the act she gave her a gift. So this this action is known as gesture. Otherwise, gesture means action. Okay. So it brought change not only in the girls' family, but it also brought a change in the whole of the society. So there is one more important question that needs your viewpoint. That see, all these questions are important because all are taking the gist of the chapter. Okay, all these questions are important. So you go through all these questions very carefully, because if you know the whole story, if you know the main theme of the chapter, what theme is there, what central idea is there, so you can jot down in any of the answer smartly. Like whatever I have told you, you can put in answer number 3rd. So do you believe that you as an individual can bring some change in your society? So when I was explaining you chapter in detail earlier, I have done this chapter with you near about 2-3 times. So I have given the example of your class, your school, your area, your colony, your lane, that by putting initiative in that, by a single person, if puts efforts, so definitely he can bring change in the whole society. He can bring change in whole of the society. Clear? Like suppose your class is looking so messy, okay, and if one of the students starts picking up wrappers and he starts cleaning the classroom, other student will not sit idle. They will also get impressed. They will also keep their surrounding clean, and one day what will happen, your whole of the classroom will look clean. And when outsiders, when other teachers, when other students will be looking inside your class, they will also get impressed, and they will also think that if their class can be neat and clean, if it looks so impressive, so presentable, so why not our class? So they will also put efforts in their classrooms to maintain it cleanliness. So what will happen? What will be the consequence result after some days, after some months? That whole of the classrooms would be completely neat, clean. And what will be the result afterwards? Whole of the school premises will be clean. But the effort was started by single child. So you can take this example. Yes, an individual can bring a change in whole of the society. You take the example of your neighborhood. Suppose outer place of your house is so clumsy, so untidy, you are least bothered, but one day you start planting saplings there. Okay, you make it you beautify it, you make it beautiful. Okay, you bring some pots, etc., decorated with pots. Okay, you take care of that area, so other neighbors, they will see and they will also think about their outer area, that if their outer area is looking so beautiful, so why can't we maintain it? So they will also maintaining it. What will be the result after some months? Whole of the lane, whole of your street, your area, that will be in presentable way. Other people who are living in another streets, they will also, when they will be coming in your street, they will get impressed and they will also put efforts. What will be the result after some days, after some months, after some years? That whole of the society, whole of the city will become clean place. So don't you think that individual cannot bring any change? It is 101% truth. Yes, individual can bring change in society. So this is the gist of the chapter that I have shared. If you have listened all the things, so all the answers will be very much easy for you to do. Now tell me answer of MCQs. Gates Avenue looked longer than it was because it was long, it was dirty, it was narrow, it was so broad. Most of the residents of Gates Avenue were not well off for senior citizens. Not well off. Gates Avenue remained dirty. It was because they were not taking care. They were not bothering about taking care. They were not putting any efforts, and moreover, they had very little money. Okay, they were not able to fulfill their basic needs. So all these reasons are accurate. So your answer will be all of the above. Clear? The teacher felt dash about the girl's appearance. Initially, in the beginning, you have to tell about the teacher's expression. She was happy to see that girl? No. She was unhappy because that girl was looking so shabby, so untidy, not in a presentable way. Clear? Gates Avenue finally had a payment. Finally, that place had a payment. Because of whose effort? Teacher? Girl? No, young minister. Because young minister thought that if these people are keeping their outer place so neat, so beautiful, so I should make payment there, because this payment is not repaired. It is completely broken. So that's why young minister made a payment for them. Clear? This answer is clear to you? Now I wandered lonely as a cloud. You'll be able to do the question answers of that. The new blue dress, these question answers you'll be able to do. But you have to explain all the questions in detail, because all these questions are very, very important. Now tell me next chapter that I'm going to take. Yes. Of many words in this word, page number 120. See, in of many words in this word, there is a main poetic device that is used, metaphor. Beta, please keep silence, listen carefully. Here, metaphor is used. See, what is metaphor? Metaphor is a figure of speech, okay? And this figure of speech, it describes a person. It can describe an object or an action in a way, but it is not literally true. It is describing any another action, any person and object, but this is not literally true. And what will be the effect of metaphor? That it will gives reader a clear idea that what is discussed about. It will give a reader clear idea what is being discussed about. Okay, it means a metaphor states one thing to another. For example, wooden face. If I speak wooden face, so here wooden face, which poetic device is used? Metaphor to describe face. But face can be of wooden? No. But here metaphor is used because it is used to describe a person, okay, or describe any object. Clear? Now I'm going to take the gist of this poem of many words in this word. See, of many words in this word, it means that every word contains a smaller word in itself. Every word contains many smaller words within itself, and those smaller words have another words in it. It means everything in the world has made up of small atoms. Small atoms. And when the poet starts this poem, he makes a comparison. With which things he makes a comparison? With the nest of boxes, with the various sizes of boxes. See, various size of boxes, they look so similar, but there are other boxes within them. Okay. Now the poet is saying that some word can look small. Even people cannot imagine their presence. Some word can look so small that we even don't notice them. We don't think about their presence. But it doesn't mean that they are worthless, that they have no value. They also have small value. It means in this world, even the small things, they are made up of atoms, and they have their own worth. They have their own value. So these things should not be neglected at all. These things should not be neglected at all. See, nature. Here in this poem, nature is defined very much curious. Okay? Because nature is defined as curious, that it has shaped many other worlds. Okay? But our senses are too dull to notice them. It means in this world, there are some small things which are having their own beauty, which are having their own value, but our senses are so weak that we are not able to feel their presence. We are not able to appreciate them. Clear? Now, here in this poem, the poetess Cavendish, he has taken some of the examples. Sorry, the poetess, she has taken some of the examples that it means the poet is saying that if 4 atoms can make up a world, then a number of world might be prevailing in even the earring of or a piece of a jewelry. She has taken example of pendant. Pendant, that whatever we wear around our neck. Pendant is a piece of jewelry that we wear around our neck. So this is known as pendant. So she further states that there are millions of other atoms that can be found even in a single pin. Even a lady that is wearing a piece of jewelry, that jewelry is also made up of different small atoms. Okay. So now let's take these MCQs. Degrees of sizes in each box are found. Degrees of sizes in each boxes are found conveys that the box size are different size. Tell me. Yes, there are different smaller word within our word, but we are least bothered to notice them. Our senses are not strong to notice them. This is given in the poem. A word may be no bigger than 2 pence. This comparison is made. The word may be no bigger than 2 pence. So this word is as small as a coin. It means it is described that this word is too small. It is too small as a coin. It means this word is not having so much value if you are not noticing small objects. Clear? A world of words as a pendant of each ear. Pendant in each ear refers to yes, all women who wear big earrings. Okay. So what will be the main idea? The main idea of this poem is, what is the main central idea? That every word contain smaller word. Our senses are too dull that we are not able to notice them. But every small things have its own beauty, have its own worth, have its own value, but we are least bothered about them. We should think about them because even the whole of the world is compared to a coin. Okay, and everything in the world has its own value, whether it is big or whether it is small. But it doesn't mean that small things should be neglected. Small things have their own values also. Okay. Now there is a very beautiful question given, that is a long question, think and answer, in which you have to give your perspective. What is the meaning of perspective? I have told you so many times. Perspective means you have to give your viewpoint. Okay, now in this answer, my viewpoint can vary, your viewpoint can vary, her or his viewpoint can vary. But you tell about your viewpoint. What do you think according to this question? Because the question is think and answer. If people begin to appreciate one another, what do you think would happen? It means if we all start appreciating one another, what will be the result? We take the example of this class. We take the example of our family. Okay. We take the example of this school. That if it happens, I always appreciate you. I take your positive points. Okay, you always appreciate me, you always notice my positive points. What will be the result? What do you think? This world would be a better place to live in? First of all, it will circulate happiness and you will feel positive energy. You will feel happy always. You will become confident. Yes, enthusiastic, full of vigor, full of energy, full of zeal. Today I have shared one word in morning with you. This word you can add here. Only one girl has spoken that. Only one. In morning I have shared one word with you. I have written it on the blackboard to enhance your vocabulary. So this word was verb. Verb means enthusiasm. Another word of enthusiasm. Another word for zeal. Vigor. So you all will feel confident, energetic always, and this word will be full of happiness.